Happy Sunday, you guys. Happy Sunday. Y'all already on here. I guess you're just happy that I'm here because I have not been as consistent as I have always been, but I'm back tonight. I was like, let's go live. First of all, so we had about 2 minutes. Welcome everybody. If you are on here, let me know if you can see me and hear me clearly. You know, when you're early, you the setup crew. Let me know if you can hear me, see me. You guys, it is raining here. We are still getting, I guess, some parts of Francine. So we gonna hold on as long as this Wi-Fi hold on. So I'm just letting you know what it is now. We gonna hold on as long as the Wi-Fi hold on. Okay. And if something happened, y'all know what it is. Okay. So let me know. Can you hear me, see me? Everything operating clearly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We're going to let everybody get on here. You know what I mean? And thank you, Eddie, for letting me know that you can hear me and see me clearly. Welcome, 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 everybody. It is Sunday, September 15th. Welcome. Okay, you know, I try to give everybody a few minutes to get on here so everybody gets the notifications. Where are y'all from? Okay, I see you, Tampa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lois from St. Louis. That's what I'm talking about. We got some old faithful people on here. Welcome. I'm happy to be back. I miss y'all. They're all like my little family. My YouTube community, I feel like we real strong on YouTube, right? Like I guess because I talk to y'all and we go live and I see your comments and we kind of go back and forth. So I feel like my bond is, I know y'all, I know. I've been a mama. You guys, I've been a mama, right? Y'all know y'all's niece, Gabby, started middle school, which is 6th grade here. So we've been just getting adjusted, you know, and I just been a mama, right? So what was my point? I feel like my YouTube family, that is like who I feel like we're like all besties. And, you know, I feel like I'm on here talking to y'all. Like, it's just like me and you, like if it's just one person, but it really be like 100 of y'all. But you know what I mean? Like my Instagram, you just post, I put up little reels, same on TikTok, but YouTube, it's like we can talk back and forth. Like YouTube is like my family, is my family. I appreciate all of you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is 8 o'clock. I see y'all. Chicago, Atlanta, St. Louis, Tampa, Atlanta. I see you. Virginia, Los Angeles. Welcome. Northern Virginia, REO. Share any non-public info. Look, baby, Roseanne had already started questions, right? I hadn't even done my intro yet, Roseanne. Let me do my intro. Maryland's in the house. Okay, we always have the North. Where California at? Brooklyn. I see the East Coast. We got the South. Where my Cali people at? Maybe that's right. Cali people just waking up, right? They just getting up. They probably still brushing their teeth and eating breakfast. They'll be on here shortly. You know, the sun is just coming up on the West Coast right now. So Roseanne got questions. Roseanne, I got answers for you. I got you, girl. I got you. So let's do this intro. If you are new here, I see you, San Antonio, Texas. Let's do this. If you are new here, welcome. You guys, your auction mama. Y'all, like I said, you guys, it is raining here. It has been raining like the last 3 days. We are getting some Francine aftermath from that hurricane. Even though I'm in Memphis, we're getting some rain, you guys. So if the Wi-Fi start acting up, y'all, I don't know. If the Wi-Fi, okay, look, this is going to be like, you know how you got to have an evacuation plan, or when you in school, we got to stop, drop, and roll emergency situation. It's been raining like we're getting some of Hurricane Francine, right? So it's raining here. It's been raining all day. I can hear it raining. So here is our emergency evacuation plan, okay? If the Wi-Fi go out on us, which we're going to say, please, Wi-Fi, if it go out, you guys, we're going to count to 10. I'm just kidding. We're going to take 10 minutes, you guys. And then come back. All right. I'm going to try to get us back up. Let's do 10 minutes. If we go out, that's the evacuation plan. If the Wi-Fi, you know, departs from us, we're going to take 10 minutes and come back. Okay. So if I freeze up, let me know if I start freezing up. Y'all say, Ashley, you freezing up. But right now, I think we're rocking and rolling. So let's get started and see how long we can go. Okay. So that's what we will do if that happens. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me say something real quick. If I have already been talking for 2 hours and the Wi-Fi go out, that's just the end of it. That just means it's time for us to go to sleep. Okay. But if I've only been talking for like a few minutes, then I'll come back. But if I'm going for 2 hours, I ain't coming back in 10 minutes. Okay. We're going to bed and we'll talk again on the next time. Okay. Okay. So, like I was saying, let's jump in. You guys, if you're new here, I'm Ashley Pickens here in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, I'm your auction mama. Auction mama is back, right? I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee. I've been in real estate since 2006. Your girl been in real estate since 2006 when I was 21 years old. Y'all do the math on that. So, got in real estate at 21. I've been a real estate agent. I've been a principal broker over a firm with other agents. But most of y'all know me as your auction mama. I auction off foreclosures at the courthouse here in Shelby County. I was in Mississippi last weekend in Panola County, which I guess is like Batesville. If y'all know Mississippi, if you don't, it's okay. And so Tennessee, parts of Mississippi, all the way to Nashville, I auction. Y'all, I get so many questions that are like, so what do you bid on at the auction? Let me make this really clear for everybody. I am the one who conducts the auction. I am the one who says going once, going twice, sold. I'm the one that y'all think talks super fast, right? When you think of an auctioneer, y'all think like 29, 39, 49, 59. I don't do all that. But that's me, though, right? I'm not out there bidding on properties. I can't bid and conduct at the same time. Okay, so for the record, I am the one conducting the auction, calling the auction, crying the auction, depending on where you're from. Some people say, are you crying the auction? I'm the one you give your coins to. That's also who I am, right? And y'all also know that, look, just really quickly for everybody's going to the auction. Welcome, 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 everybody. I'm the one you give your coins to, but I don't have refunds, keys, or deeds. I do not give out refunds, keys, or deeds. Refunds and deeds come in the mail. If you go to the auction, refunds and deeds come in the mail. How do you get keys to an auction property? Anybody want to comment? All my old head OGs who's all, how do you get access to an auction property? Where do you get keys from? Where do you get keys from to an auction property? When you buy a property at the auction, how do you get keys, class? Somebody knows the answer to this. Let's see who says it first. There it is, Yule Williams. Good old Lowe's crowbar. There it is. I had a lady. She was like, y'all, that lady, let me tell y'all. But anyway, that's my story. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here, welcome back, family. I was at the auction one time, right? And this lady, brand new, super sweet. She was a teacher and she saved money, right? She was like, I'm a teacher. I can't last off of retirement. She's like, I'm just at the auction trying to buy a little house, and I'll build from that. And I was like, okay, cool. So it's me. I'm the auctioneer. Most people are not looking for me when you go to the auction. Whoever's been to the auction, do most of the auctioneers look like me? Probably not, right? So she was kind of like, do I give you my money? Right? And I'm like, I just conducted the auction, right? You just bid it up against other people here. She won the auction. And so she's like, now where do we go to close? And I'm like, no, you give me your coins right here. She was like, all of them? I'm like, all of them, in full. And I think the house might have been like $80,000. I need the complete amount in certified funds, the entire $80,000. And y'all, I promise that lady got on the phone with her husband and she was like, I'm at the auction. It's a lady here saying I'm supposed to give her my money. And I'm just letting you know, like in case this lady run off with my money. And, I said, here's my card. Like, I've been doing this, right? Like, I am the auctioneer. And she's like, okay. And I gave her a receipt. And that lady was like, when do we close? And I'm like, we have opened and closed right here. And she was like, oh, where do I get the keys from? And I was like, when's the last time you crawled through a window? Because I don't have keys, right? And they're not coming. But anyway, that's the point. If keys to an auction property, 99.9% of the time do not exist. You got to get the locks changed. You got to crawl through that window. You got to do something. And if people live in it, you're responsible for the people who live in that house. You have to get them evicted, and that is on you, right? You got to go through that eviction process if you buy a house with the people still in it, right? So I always tell people, offer cash for keys, lead with love, see what maybe might motivate them. You be like, look, I'm going to bring you some boxes. If you can be out on the 15th, I'm going to bring you some boxes. I got a cousin with a truck. I'll haul you one good time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do cash for keys. Look, I'm going to give you your first and last month's rent and some boxes and a large pizza in case you're hungry after you move, because you don't want them to mess up your house if you buy a house at the auction. You know what I mean? But my point is, there could be people in the house. If there are people in the house when you buy the property, you're responsible for evicting them. If they don't take your boxes and your pizza, you got to go to court and get them out. Okay. And that could be a process. So that's just the auction life. Hashtag auction life. Okay. So thanks. Hit the like button. Yes, I appreciate y'all. We hit like 25,000 subscribers. Thanks, you guys. Shout out to y'all. So we got some new foreclosure numbers out. Roseanne, I did not forget about you. I saw your comment. I will walk through that. We've got auctions coming up this week. We can go over, depending on if you've been with me for a while here, it's some auction properties that we have seen before. Do y'all remember the group of townhouses? If you've been with me for a while, that group of townhouses that keeps coming back up for auction, I think in California, they are back on the auction block again, you guys. They are up again this week. Somebody from the channel said that they called and the owner filed bankruptcy. I told y'all, bankruptcy does not mean canceled. If a property goes up for auction, the homeowner can file bankruptcy, and it just postpones that auction. Then properties will go back up for auction again. So yes, y'all remember the townhouses. They are up this week on Thursday. I'll show you those. We'll talk about what's going up for auction this week. Foreclosure numbers are out. Foreclosure numbers are out for August. HUD's report is out. Did I put up a video? I did put up a video. I put up a video about HUD's latest numbers about renters behind and homeowners behind. So let's go through those things. I try to have like a little schedule, but I never really stick to the schedule. So, and then I kind of always try to end with a tutorial on how to find pre-foreclosures, how to use PropWire, my marketing, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping we can get through this tonight. If the Wi-Fi is strong with us tonight, if the force is with us tonight, we're going to get through all that. Okay. If it goes out, we're going to wait 10 minutes and we're going to come back in. That's the plan. Okay. Govern yourselves accordingly. Okay. Govern yourselves accordingly. I think that concludes all my announcements. That concludes all of my announcements. Any other announcements really quick? This is the last week for the mentorship, you guys. The last week, we have been going for 16 weeks. So this Wednesday is the last week of the mentorship. I got a lot of emails asking about when is the next mentorship. And you guys, I don't know when the next mentorship is, but what I have been doing are one-on-one sessions with people. I think that is the best use of both of our times. For everybody who has been in the mentorship in the past, we do a one-on-one session that comes with the mentorship. So I just kind of cut out the 16 weeks, and now you can just schedule a 90-minute session with me. If you want to talk foreclosures, your market, where to find them, what's, what I do, everything, you can do that. It's supposed to be for 90 minutes, but yesterday's session went 2 hours because I can talk. And if I'm on a session with somebody else who can talk, we about to talk. So anywhere, is it worth it to pay the funds to have access to the HUD auction list? Is it a true thing? HUD auction list. What is the name of that list? Here's to, like, I haven't heard of a HUD auction list. You know what I mean? Like, I know HUD has REO properties, that's HUDhomestore.gov, but I haven't heard of a HUD auction list. So I don't want to say if it's true or not true. I'm just not familiar with it, where it is, how much it costs. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense for me to say yes or no. Definitely check into it. You know what I mean? Because, baby, they charge y'all for everything. Everything. I think that's why y'all come on here, because I just give away so much information for free. Because they be charging y'all for everything. A list, a website, this. I be like, y'all, it's so I try to help y'all as much as y'all can, because y'all gonna have to pay the string going anywhere else. You know what I mean? And I think the thing with most lists are everybody has them. Like, if they charging you for a list, they sell, like, I hate to say, like Zillow and all these other places. Like, they sending you the lead, but they sending the lead to like 5 other people too. You know what I mean? And I used to be on Zillow. Let me say this. I was on Zillow before Zillow was a thing, right? Like when Zillow first started selling zip codes. So this was back in like 2012, 13, okay? I realized Zillow had leads. Nobody was on it then. It was brand new. Zillow had just introduced it. So I could buy my whole zip code, right, for $30. $30. So I was buying all of the like zip codes in the hood, or investor zip codes, the zip codes that I know investors wanted, and nobody else wanted them. And plus, nobody was really on Zillow like that, right? 2013. So I was buying up whole zip codes for like $30. I might have been spending maybe $100, maybe $120 a month, because I bought like 4 or 5 zip codes. And baby, them leads was coming in. I got plenty of clients like that back in 2013. Would I pay for Zillow leads now? Not a chance. Not. I think somebody told me people paying like $300 and $400 for leads off of Zillow. But I mean, if that's what you got to do, like, I'm not knocking you. It's just like, I can't imagine paying them $400 now, and I used to get the zip codes for like $30. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. So I used to buy those Zillow leads. I mean, I used to have a whole zip code. I made my own little advertisement. If you're on Zillow, you, as an agent, you pop up on the screen next to the houses in that zip code. So you know your girl is creative, right? So I changed my picture that was on Zillow next to the houses that popped up. I changed mine, because don't give me no generic picture and, hey, I'm a realtor. I changed mine. I put my picture and I put investors welcome, call me, or I like working with investors, call me. Y'all, I still got clients to this day. Hong Kong, Australia, Canada, you name it, because I changed my picture on the side that was next to the houses, because I bought the whole zip code. So anyway, I digress, but that's what I did. My point is, because y'all know I get off. My point is, it's kind of hard when it comes to buying lists if they're actually exclusive to you. You know what I mean? That's my whole point. I feel like they sell the list to everybody. They'd be like, you're the only one who got this whole zip code, and you in the whole real estate office got the zip code. You know what I mean? So I digress, because y'all know I can get off. But that was just a little story that I thought I should share with you. So let's jump into, okay, let's start with some sites that y'all know that I really like real quick, which is first site up is, let's try to go in order real quick today. Let's see what's going on daily job cuts, because you know I like daily job cuts. Danita, I saw you come in here. Welcome, Danita. She's in the mentorship. She's been in the mentorship since the beginning of the mentorship. So y'all know how this works. Welcome, everybody. Y'all haven't missed anything. I just talk and talk and talk. Can y'all see a window? Can y'all see my window? Did my screen change at all, you guys? Hold on. See, I'm sharing a window. Okay, there we go. Because I didn't think so, because I was still looking at myself. I'm like, y'all can't see that. So there, now we are. Y'all blinking. Thank you. So let's see real quick. I don't know if there's anything interesting on here today, but I like this site, Daily Job Cuts, because, you know, like I always say, when you turn on the news, everybody got a job, lots of jobs. Everybody still got stimulus money, and we all eating pink Starburst out here, right? So, but I feel like the news is kind of changing its tune now. Like it might be some people who don't have jobs. The food line might be getting a little long, you know, maybe. But for the longest, you know, everybody was jumping through sunflower fields. So let's see, more than 30,000 Boeing factory workers on strike. I saw that. U.S. announces 700 million. No comment, because I still got student loans that ain't been paid for. But Lowe's, let's see, anything. I try to look for real estate stuff. Let's see, Jamie Dimon, you know, one of the two J's, Jamie and Jerome out here. Can y'all see that? Yes. Okay. Everybody can see. Warns U.S. economy face worse than recession. He's talking about stagflation. If you don't know what stagflation is, it's when, you know, we still have inflation, but we have slow growth and unemployment, like unemployment rises, but stuff is still high. So, you know, that's what he's thinking. But the point of daily job cuts is they talk about layoffs, right? So on this side, it's all the people, all the companies that are laying off across the country. And on this side, it's all businesses that are closing or filing for bankruptcy. Okay. So I always kind of take a look at this just to see what's going on. I know Boar's Head with Listeria, they got going on. You know, but it's just interesting to see, like, as these lists get longer and longer, and Big Lots, the University of Arts, you know what I mean? Sabalo's Mexican Grill, not in Fort Wayne. I'm just kidding, y'all. I don't know where that is. But, you know, this is a site that I kind of come to all the time to look for job cuts, see who's filing bankruptcy, and just to see what's going on. Because most of the time the news does not report that to us. You know what I mean, you guys? So, okay, so that's daily job cuts. The other site that I like to share is warrentracker.com. Can y'all see? Y'all familiar? Y'all looking? Home Depot sales being down is the biggest sign of how. I know when you watch Home Depot, you know, people always watch Home Depot. When their sales are down, you know, we got a problem with Home Depot, especially in real estate when Home Depot sales are down. Like builders, you know, that lets you know what's going on with the building industry when Home Depot and construction and all that's down, you know, because our economy runs a lot on those kind of things, right? And our housing market makes up a lot of our economy, right? You know, that's a big part of our economy. Yeah, Boar's Head, look, don't eat the meat, you know what I mean? We all gonna be vegan this month, I guess. But Warren Tracker, it lets you know of all companies that are laying off, basically, right? So for 2024, I put in 2024. You can put in all the years that you want to, but you can click on each state. So California, 22,000 employees have been laid off in California this year. 546 warn notices. Texas, 18,000 people have been laid off. Illinois, 9,270. And you just watch as the numbers look. In Montana, I guess only one person been laid off in Montana. Well, good for Montana. You know what I mean? Good for Montana. Florida, 8,000 people have been laid off. These are just some sites that I want to share with you just so you can, check back and see. Because, when you compare the facts with what's being shown on the news, sometimes, the math don't be mathing. The math don't be mathing. Right? That's all I'm saying. So sometimes you got to dig a little deeper. Y'all know me. If you followed me for a while, I don't believe anything that the news says, or you got to multiply by 2. You got to multiply by 2. Right? And I say this because I worked through the last housing crash. And if you've ever watched The Big Short and The Inside Job, and leading up to the housing market crash, everything was fine, right? The economy was booming if you watch the news. And then Monday morning, Lehman Brothers and everybody filed bankruptcy. So, you just have to dig a little deeper. And, so that's what I try to do, and try to share with you things that I see. What's going on, Orlando? Y'all follow Orlando on his channel. He's got a great channel. Everybody say hey to Orlando Minor. He's got a great channel. He tells the truth on his channel too. So, all right, you guys. So that's Warren Tracker, daily job cuts. Let's jump into, do y'all have any question? The crash is coming. It's going to be worse than the depression. Ooh. So what are y'all doing to get ready? Y'all better be stacking money. Don't start overspending for Christmas. We're about to hit fourth quarter. So don't be packing the tree full of gifts. Your kids only play with 2 toys. You know that. We all know that our kids only play with 2 toys. There's no point in filling the tree up with stuff that's not even going to be played with. Hashtag, that's right, Danita, no flat screens. You don't need to buy a flat screen every single year. You just don't need one, okay? So get your credit together, save your money. I know some of y'all, don't have more than $250,000 in one account, because I know everybody on here is a millionaire, right? I already know that. So no more than 250,000 in an account at a time. If you don't trust the banks, like my 100-year-old grandma, put it up under your mattress. Put it under your mattress. Put it in a shoebox. Bury it in the backyard. I don't know what to tell you to do, but save some money, right? Save some money. Work on your credit. You know what I mean? Everybody can't come to the auction and buy properties for cash, right? Everybody can't do that. You got to save some money. But everybody can put themselves in a position to invest or to be in a better position. A lot of us, look at me. Hold on. Let me put my big face screen, because once I go off on a tangent, I got to make sure y'all see me. A lot of us, like I said, in 2006, y'all, I was 21, right? So a lot of us during the last housing downturn, we weren't prepared, right, to capitalize off of that downturn. But it was plenty of people who got rich during that last housing down. You can't say crash, because the screen gonna go black and they're gonna take down my channel because if you use certain words, right? So all I'm saying is this, whatever is coming, right? This might be our only opportunity, right? So that's what I'm saying. Prepare. Look, get your house in order. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So again, a lot of people aren't sitting on stacks and stacks of cash, but there are things that you can do, right? That's not my lane, but y'all know what, y'all get your credit together, right? Pay down some bills, right? You know what I mean? Do the things that you're supposed to do. Don't go maxing out credit cards. Because I always say, you can't come to the auction and see me, but you can still get an REO property, right? You can use traditional financing with REO properties. Orlando, he a mortgage guy, right? You can use traditional financing buying a bank-owned property. What's traditional financing? That's FHA, conventional, VA, all that, all these websites that I try to share with you, right? Now, I mean, you just ain't walking out and nobody just gonna hand you a house, right? Knock on the door and be like, I got this 2-bedroom, 1 bath. You want it? Nobody's about to do that, right? You got to get in position. You got to know the websites. familiarize yourself with the process, things like that, right? So that's all I'm saying. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, is my point. Okay. So let's jump into HUD's latest numbers because you know I like to go over those because, however, when it comes to foreclosure, I think we all agree there is no one place to get information. Everybody's information, everybody's numbers are totally different. HUD's numbers are different from Black Knight's. Black Knight's numbers are different from Zillow and Realtor and all these other big real estate places. Everybody's numbers. So you just really don't know what to believe. So you just do my method. Multiply by 2. Whatever the number is, multiply it by 2. Because they probably, they're going to downplay it anyway, right? It's 3,000 people behind on their mortgage. No, it's probably 3 times 2, 6,000. You know what I mean? Even though that's not even close to the number. But let's go over, and I will share this site so y'all can bookmark it. I'm about to share my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen. Let me know. Somebody blink if you can see my screen. Blink if you can see my, there we go. Thanks, Anita. Okay, so HUD's report, just came out. They usually come out the 3rd or 4th day of the month. So August just came out, which I noticed, you guys. So this is the I always like to read, housing insecurity, right? They have everything. Hold on. Let me just do a little, if you're new here, so you know what we're looking at. HUD's housing survey. Let me make it a little smaller. They let you know what's going on. Existing home sales rose after declining for months. Construction of new homes declined. Boom. Now, I check out the housing insecurities. This is when I do videos. Y'all watch this all the time. So thanks everybody for blinking and breathing for me. So housing insecurities. I watched this and I still multiply by 2 because this is a housing survey. All right. First of all, let me say that. Census Household Pulse Survey. Okay. Again, they have never asked me if I pay my mortgage. They've never asked me any questions. I have not met anybody who they have asked. So I'm not really sure who they're asking, right? It is a survey. So again, multiply by 2. I feel like if they would ask some of these major mortgage servicers their default numbers, then we would have an idea and we'd probably lose our mind if Chase and Bank of America and Wells Fargo actually shared their default numbers right now. They're saying like 1 in 10 FHA loans are in default. 1 in 10. So let's see. Housing insecurity. Let's read class. Shows that approximately 12.3% or 5.6 million renter households were behind on their rental payments. Last month, we were at 6 million. Every month we go up a couple, come down a couple. Last month we were at 6 million. This month we at 5.6. Y'all know how I feel about this, right? I feel like they probably in the back room somewhere like, okay, what are we going to say this month? We can't say 6 again. Let's do 5.6. Okay, do it. And then next month it'll be 6.5. Yes. You know what I mean? Like you can manipulate numbers. And I'll just say, like I've always said, I've watched these numbers since COVID. They have not changed. They have not changed since COVID. They go up a little bit. They come down. They go up. You know what I mean? Multiply by 2. Do my method, the Ashley method. Multiply by 2. So 5.6 million renter households were behind on their rental payments in July, down from 5.8 million 1 year ago. So what did I say, you guys? I've been watching these numbers. 1 year ago, we were at 5.8. Today, we have 5.6. You know what I mean? Let's do 6 today. Let's do 5.6. You feeling like 5.6 this month? Yep. Type that in and send it to them. Send it to CNN and Bloomberg and Yahoo Finance. Tell them 5.6. I'm like, who are y'all surveying? They surveying the people in the office. Fill this out again this month. An estimated, they're going to be like, shut her channel down. Her jokes are not funny. Shut her channel down. An estimated, okay, let me get back class. I could never be a teacher, could I? They'd be like, man, she'd go off and just make jokes. An estimated 4.5% or 2.08 million renter households feared eviction was imminent in the 2 months, right? So we got 5.6 million renter households behind and only 2.08 fear eviction. You know, what do I know? If I was behind, I'd fear eviction. But what do I know? They didn't ask me on this survey, right? What do I know? Let's talk about homeowners. Approximately 5.5% or 4.56 million homeowner households were behind on their mortgage payments in July, up from 5% or 4.12 million. So we were at 5.0%. Now we're at 5.5. We were at 4.12. Now we're at 4.56. Y'all want to put a 1 or a 2 today? Let's go and make it 12. My daughter just turned 12. Let's make it 4.12. Sounds good. Send it to CNN. Tell them that. It's really 41.2 million. So we don't want to put the decimal right there. Put the decimal after the 4 and not after the 1. When the real number is like 41.2. Okay, let me keep reading before they shut me down. So an estimated 1.09% or 903,000 homeowners feared foreclosure was imminent in the next 2 months, up from 0.91% or 754,000 homeowners year over year. So 4.56 million homeowners behind, 754,000 fear foreclosure. No, 903,000 fear foreclosure. Take that information as you will. You can multiply it by 2 or 3, whatever you feel like you want to multiply it by. So I did notice this, you guys, that I really hadn't paid attention to. The rate of forbearances have increased. More people are putting their loans back in forbearance. I guess you can just, you know what I mean? You go from being behind on your mortgage, you're in foreclosure, you get a modification, then you refinance, then you be like, can I put it back in forbearance? Sure. Go ahead and put it back in forbearance. You ain't paid in like 4 years. What the heck? Go on, put it back in there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So forbearances are up. They've increased for a second consecutive month, right? If somebody was really working the system, baby, you could have bought a house. Let me talk to y'all. Let me put this, stop sharing. If you was really working the system, right? Not that I'm a scammer or, because scammers going to scam. I would never do this. But anyway, my point is, and I've been saying this, we were under a moratorium. COVID came 2020, moratorium 2021. You could have literally bought a house 2021, paid 1 month and said, you know what? I'm going to put this up under this moratorium. And I see you, winter is near, Michael Burry. You know, I know where that quote comes from. You could have bought a house in 2021, maybe made 1 mortgage payment and boom, put it right up in forbearance, put it up under that moratorium and not paid again to this day. And not paid again to this day. I see people who have not paid their mortgage since. I see people are in foreclosure right now who bought in 2022, 2023, 2021 and have not paid in 3 years. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all know I wasn't trying to get on no scammer tips because I don't be on no scammer stuff. But scammers gonna scam. A lady called me. Look, I just go from one conversation to the other. Lady called me in foreclosure. She's like, I paid this lady $1,200 and she was supposed to be doing a modification for me because I'm in foreclosure. And I was like, what did she do for you? And she was like, nothing. And I gave her $1,200. And when I called the bank, they said, I'm still in foreclosure and they don't see any modification paperwork. I was like, man, scammers gonna scam. And scammers scam the people who are in the worst, like they prey on, I mean, I guess that's what scammers do, prey on the most vulnerable, right? And that's just horrible. And that's what she said. She said she gave Miss Jackie $1,200 to do a modification, and Miss Jackie ain't did nothing, right? She called the bank and they was like, you still in foreclosure, ma'am. Your auction is still set. So don't be paying scammers, right? You don't need to pay anybody to do a modification for you. You don't. Okay. So I know y'all been talking over here. I missed it. So those were HUD numbers. Let's do foreclosure numbers. We can do auctions. Let's go over some auctions. They have been cooking the books. Look, they have been cooking the books. So, hey, I said the feds are off. Right. Just saying. I'm just saying too. Right. You know, they said they created 800,000 jobs, and now it's like, oops, we really didn't do that. We didn't mean to press that extra zero. We shouldn't have pressed all those zeros, right? We shouldn't have sent it to CNN and the White House and Bloomberg and Yahoo Finance. My bad. Misprint. Right. Okay. Okay. You know, what do we know? What do we know over here on this side of YouTube, right? So let's talk about auctions this week. It is an auction week. Foreclosures are still very, very low. I feel like foreclosures that have been reported. I talk to people all the time that are 2-3 years behind and not in foreclosure. Absolutely. Still not in foreclosure. I'm like, how are you 2 years behind and not in foreclosure? And the banks are just, you know, there's a moratorium. It is people behind, right? And I don't know what numbers they're pulling, every time I pull the foreclosure list, y'all, I know that's why I don't post Memphis foreclosures on my social media, because every time I pull that list, and I pull the list every single day, every time I pull the list, I know somebody on the list. So I don't post Memphis auctions unless it's like the day of, right? But when that first notice comes out, I don't share that information, because I'm not a mean girl. You know what I mean? I don't ever, that's like embarrassing and sad. And, going through foreclosure, you don't want anybody to blast that. So I don't really share like Memphis foreclosures. So, okay, auctions. That's what y'all want to do today. Y'all want to see what auctions are coming up this week? Or do y'all have questions? Let me answer some questions, because y'all know I can talk. I can talk. This is what I say in the mentorship. Like, it's no period when I talk. It's like a comma, and I just keep going, right? So y'all got to get your questions in, and I'm going to come back and look and all that kind of stuff. Chicago just put all their auctions up till the end of the year this week. All the pre-foreclosure I hit ups on there, and it's many. Okay, so Chicago put all their auctions up. So if you didn't know, during December, we usually have a holiday moratorium. Banks stop foreclosing in December, like mid-December to maybe mid-January. Banks stop foreclosing on people, especially if it is government-backed loans. Now, if it's private money, hard money, they'll foreclose on you, right? They'll still auction off those properties. But usually government-backed loans, they stop during December to January, just for the record. I know they've extended VA foreclosures. Y'all, when they start extending and, pushing, that just lets me know that there's a whole bunch of them out there. It's a whole bunch of people behind. And once they start, I always say, once they flip that switch to start foreclosures, it's going to be a wrap. Okay. So I think they're just keep trying to give people time, like refinance, or here, do this modification, put it back in forbearance. We got to get through this election before the sky falls out. You know what I mean? But I feel like when they start kicking the can and extending stuff and offering, start setting aside money to help homeowners, they know it's a big problem, right? Jamie Dimon, all these bank CEOs, if they were to share their numbers that are, oh, you guys, Y'all, the Wi-Fi tried the Wi-Fi. We're going to make it through, you guys. Let me keep talking. See, you see what happened when I start talking about stuff, the Wi-Fi get an attitude. So let's talk about auctions. Change the subject. Can y'all still see me? Am I here? Y'all, somebody blink to let me know that y'all can hear me and see me. Because the Wi-Fi was like, connection is shaky. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you guys. So y'all are still here. Let's talk about something else before they shut my whole channel down. In PropWire, if the auction date has passed by a few weeks or a month or two, does that mean that it's back on the list for foreclosure or have just been removed? You know why. Danita, so there's a lot of times on PropWire, we'll go through that if we have time, if we can, if the Wi-Fi says so. Auction dates get postponed all the time. Again, when we talk about PropWire, I love PropWire. Everybody knows that. I talk about PropWire. Do not take PropWire as gold. PropWire is not concrete. It is not gold. Some of those loan balances are wrong for properties. You can see pre-foreclosures that say free and clear. And you're like, how are they in foreclosure and it's showing free and clear? It's a lien somewhere out there, right? You just got to dig a little deeper. Sometimes auctions get postponed. Most auctions get postponed, right? And so PropWire might not be picking up that it's been postponed, right? Or updated the information. Sometimes PropWire will post like when that first notice comes out, and then it doesn't tell like the auction date, right? So it's also technology. It's also, I'm sure, input by, I don't know who inputs it now, but don't take it for gold, okay? Dig a little deeper and all that. I got on PropWire last week and it wasn't pulling any Memphis houses. Y'all, I put in Memphis and it was like Memphis was not even in their database. I logged out, waited about an hour, and then Memphis popped up again. I was like, what? Like it was not pulling any Memphis addresses. I even put in like Memphis and it was coming up like Memphis, New York, Memphis, it wasn't even pulling Memphis, Tennessee. So, it has its days. It can be moody sometimes. So let's talk about auctions. Let's do that. Auctions this week. Let's start with my favorite site. Y'all know I auction for them. Let me share my screen. Everybody with me. PropWire was tripping. It sure was. I'm going to drop this in the chat. If you are watching the replay, I will put these links down below. The site is mkconsultantsinc.com. By how much would you estimate the loan balance is off by? And that just depends. Somebody commented that when they looked on PropWire had they own multiple properties, and PropWire had the total balance of their properties under one property. So just, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you can look and see when they bought it. Maybe you can calculate how long they've had it, see how much they paid for it. If you get real nitty gritty like me, when I try to calculate some numbers, I will throw it in ChatGPT and I will put in if a property was bought in for example, I would ask ChatGPT if a property was bought in 2002 at an interest rate of whatever that interest rate they're saying that they have, 5.73%, how much would the payoff be right now, right? And it'll go through that amortization schedule because I can't calculate that in my head. And it will tell you their payoff should be around this amount. Give or my, I would always add 10 or 15,000 to that amount because it's foreclosure fees. You can't take ChatGPT as, gold either, but it will get you kind of close. The ones that I put it in, it got me close by almost $10,000. You just add foreclosure fees and stuff like that. But, boom. And then, if they haven't paid in like a year or something, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me when I'm trying to calculate somebody payoff, right? And they might not want to tell me, or you're trying to come up with how to make an offer and you don't know how much to offer them because you don't know how much their payoff is. That's what I'll do to try to calculate it. Okay, so let me give you an example of what this looks like. If you click on trustee sales, if you live in California, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas. I don't want to make y'all dizzy. This is from September, the first week of September. These are Georgia. This is an auction that has already passed. That's what I'm trying to say without going around the world saying it. Past auctions. A lot of y'all do surplus funds. Y'all do them overages. And people are like, how do you find overages? How do you find how much it costs? Or if you're looking at a property and you're trying to study to figure out how much properties are selling for, and you want to see what something sold for, you can go back and look at previous auctions here. This first row right here tells you the opening bid. This one tells if it has sold. Can y'all see? Did I ask y'all to blink before I get to talking and talking and talking? Can everybody see? Blink for me if everybody can see. So Francine, you know, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, so we don't really getting Francine, but we're getting some of her, you know, some of her germs is what we getting, right? So it's raining here. It's been raining all week. So we're just getting a little bit of her. I won't complain because we're not feeling her full strength. We just getting some wind and heavy rain. So, okay, good. Make sure y'all can see me. So this is from the first week of September. Again, this is where the opening bid is. If it says PP, that means postpone to November 5th. CXL means canceled. Postpone means they might have just filed for bankruptcy and their auction has been postponed. They might be trying to come up. They might be in a modification. They might be trying to make an agreement with the bank. They might be trying to sell and they said, give me a little bit more time. And they're like, okay, we're going to give you some more time. Postponed does not mean canceled. Okay. If you are looking to buy properties at the auction, just make note of the postponement date and just keep up with it. Okay. Canceled, they might have sold it. They might have paid it off, you know, something like that. If these two numbers are the same, like this one, that means it did not sell at the auction. It reverted back to the bank. In class, what do we call properties that revert back to the bank and do not sell at auction? What do we call those properties? What do we call them? Properties that do not sell at the auction and revert. Eddie trying to get it out there. Put RO. I know what you REO. There it is. Y'all are right. REO properties. They revert back to the bank. Eddie, I saw you. You were there with us. I know what you were trying to say. REO. Thank you, class. Y'all do listen to me, don't you? There. Look at that. Look at that. If it does not sell at the auction, if it goes up for auction and your auction mama cannot sell it, a lot of times, like I keep saying, I'm seeing properties that are going up for auction that were just bought post-COVID, right? So in the last 3 or 4 years, the opening bid at the auction is the loan balance. Let me say that again. Usually the opening bid at the auction is the loan balance. So if somebody just bought in the last 3 or 4 years, they owe that whole loan, right? They owe the whole loan. And if they bought in the last 2 or 3 years, they might have overpaid for it, right? And the way these houses are sitting on the market, these values are coming down, all these price reductions, it's a good chance that the opening bid is higher than what the property is worth right now. Okay. So I feel like we're going to get a lot of REOs coming to market. Well, I would like them to come to market if they don't sell them to BlackRock. You know what I mean? If they don't sell these notes, maybe us down here might can see an increase in REO properties, right? So, yeah, the I saw the $2 million. So if these two numbers are the same, it reverted back to the bank and probably became an REO. I've seen times that's happened to me. If I can't sell a property at the auction, the bank will take it back, revise the numbers, and send it back to me again to try to auction it off again at a lower price. Which leads me to remind everybody, negotiate if you are buying an REO property. Negotiate if you are buying an REO property. It is the bank They can change those numbers. Okay. So at the auction, you can't negotiate with me at the auction. You can't negotiate with me, but the bank absolutely negotiate with them. Okay. The 2.8 million house we look at, yeah, it didn't sell. Actually, if a house is showing foreclosure on Zillow, is it really an REO? You know, Zillow, I am, you know what I mean? Zillow, you can't always trust Zillow, right? You just can't. You probably got to dig a little deeper. If it's showing foreclosure, maybe check, and I don't want to confuse y'all, check like the records and deeds, see who's owning it now, maybe throw it in PropWire, see if it's showing the bank is the owner now, or maybe it's still showing the homeowner. Again, I've seen if a house doesn't sell at auction, sometimes they'll give that homeowner a little bit more time to sell it. You know what I mean? If it doesn't sell, the bank just trying to get the money. You know what I mean? They trying to make some kind of money off of it. So, they're not really trying to hold these houses, honestly. So if this number and this number is the same, it reverted. This number, and so this one, you see it's different. Opening bid was 193. It sold for 297, right? So let's, sometimes I just like to see what we got going on. Opening bid was 193. It sold for 297. Oh, and it's worth 308. Well, that's what Zillow says. 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Opening bid 190. What I say, y'all? Me and my bad memory. Opening bid was 193. It sold for 297 and it's worth 308. They had no room in it. Hope it don't need any repairs. You know what I mean? If they got it for 297, it's only worth 308. Well, down here it says 352. You know what I mean? You can't trust Zillow. But that's what that means. Everybody with me? Y'all got some questions? Exactly. They can't buy them all. They do. When they sell, so y'all know when they start auctioning off the notes, I'll show y'all that site again. We can look and see if they've been selling any notes here lately. But that's what this is. And if the $2 million house, of course, it didn't sell. So boom, let's fast forward to, so a lot of some cancels. Let's talk about what's coming up this week, family, friends and family. This is this week's. This is tomorrow. What's going? Ooh, what is this for $13.5 million? I'm guessing, hold on. I'm guessing, what y'all's guess is commercial. It's got to be commercial. It might be an apartment building, but I'm guessing commercial for sure. Could be a house, but I'm guessing commercial. For $13.5 million is the opening bid. Let's see what we have. It is for sure commercial. No, it's an apartment complex. What's the address? 5300 South Priest. It's an apartment complex. The Mod at Mills. Is the whole apartment complex going up for auction? The Mod 53. Okay, this is Guadalupe. Where are we? Maricopa, Arizona. 5300. Y'all, it's Tempe, Arizona. Is that Maricopa? Yeah, Maricopa County. The Mod at Mills. It is in a whole apartment complex that is up for auction this week. Well, there it is. There it is. The Mod at Mills. They are up for auction tomorrow for $13.5 million. Smackaroons tomorrow. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to try to come back. Y'all, Gabby went to middle school. I'm trying to be a mama. I'm trying, y'all. I'm going to come back. So it is in a whole apartment complex going up 13.5 tomorrow at 11 a.m. Well. Y'all know commercial and is in hot water. So I've seen a couple commercials. I've been seeing nursing homes going up for auction. I'm like, not the nursing home. So here, okay, so here's some postponed already. Here's a bunch in LA. Let's see if I can. I need some opening bids. That's what I want to see. Okay, here's one. What's this? 12.9 million Riverside. It looks like it's got to be a couple of buildings right here together, right? Let's see what it is. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Look, I don't know. I don't know how many of the modded mills. It's a whole big apartment complex. You guys, I don't know. You got to call them and offer them something. So here is 10411 Magnolia Avenue. LoopNet's got it. It's a restaurant. 1040. It must be the one because it's a couple addresses. 10411 and 10491 Magnolia Avenue. What's 10491? I know y'all be like, Ashley, it's a bunch of us on here. You over here doing research like it's just you. 140 is some kind of rest. This right here that's up for auction. This commercial space. Let's see if I can go back and find what else is it. 10411 and 10491. Right? Let's see what Redfin is saying it is. Oh, it's this little shopping center. Image 1 is what it is. So it looks like 2 commercial buildings are up. Opening bid is 12.9 million. That is what they've got. Shopping center. Y'all better reach out to them. Y'all know they highly motivated. Highly motivated. They definitely are. Let's see. Anything else? Orange County. So if you see something on here that is your city or someplace that you've been looking to buy or start investing in, look, say bookmark this site. What is this for 500,000? It is. Oh, she looks nice. Look at me. She looks nice. Pre-foreclosure. Opening bid is 500,000. When she buy it? When she buy it? When was it purchased? If that opening bid is $500,000. Loan issued August of last year. The home last sold last year and in foreclosure this week. Dang. You hate that for people, don't you? You know what I mean? So they are in foreclosure. They just bought last year. That's what I'm saying, you guys. Like I see a ton of people who just bought in the last couple of years up for foreclosure right now. Yikes. Hopefully they get it worked out. Just checking in what's going on in Georgia. Y'all, what's going on in Georgia? Y'all, Bibb County was at the top of the foreclosure list. Bibb County. You guys, I saw Bibb. I'm not surprised because Georgia, y'all got a lot of action going on there. So here we are. Don't forget, I dropped it in the chat. But look, everybody, look what is back on the auction list. These are the townhouses we have been watching, I feel like, all year. They are back up on the foreclosure list. If you're new here, these townhouses have been up. Let me show y'all. It looks like a builder. They're brand new, a group of townhouses. And the investor, here they are. They're showing pending. Who called them? Look, who called them? And I told y'all to try to do buy 2, get 1 free. I tried to tell y'all. They're showing pending, but it's a group of them. And they've been in foreclosure all year, back and forth, postponed. Somebody said they called them and they filed bankruptcy. They are back on the list for this week. So we will see if they get postponed again. I'm sure that builder is trying to, try to get some money. He probably not going to make what he thought he was going to make, but they trying to get some money. In Sacramento, California. There's supposed to be some like energy efficient solar homes, and they built a new home development of only 8 semi-custom, high design, high energy solar homes. And they are all in foreclosure. So I just thought I should tell y'all that they are back on the list again. But it's showing pending. Maybe they got an offer working. Maybe one of y'all called them and got an offer working with them. And that is, the list of what's going on this week across the country, not across the country, but for a few of y'all across the country. So MK Consultants, a good site. Nationwide Posting and Publications. This is another site because y'all are like, well, what about my state, Ashley? Arizona, California, Hawaii, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, Texas, Utah, Washington. Y'all know Texas and Georgia, they auction the first Tuesday of the month, right? Here's the site. I dropped it in the chat. First Tuesday of the month is Texas and Georgia. I love when y'all call me and let me know that y'all went to an auction. It just warms my little heart. Let's see what we got going on this site. See if we got any. First thing that popped up, postpone. Can y'all see this? I try to make it bigger so y'all can see. In case y'all looking at me on your phones, I know some of y'all got me up on the TV. So, let's see. There are postponed. So we got some California. They got some Texas on here. Lots of California if you're looking for California. But they do have Texas and other places, Washington, that kind of stuff. Canceled, sales scheduled, postponed. If they file bankruptcy, it'll say postponed to October 9th by bankruptcy. So I keep telling y'all, like, can we go after them if they file bankruptcy? Yes, y'all can go talk to them, okay? Because bankruptcy doesn't do anything but postpone their auction. Postpone to bankruptcy. Bankruptcy attorneys making a killing right now. Yeah, I know. Postpone to bankruptcy. And a lot of homeowners just use it just to buy some more time, honestly. If they can go and pay $500 or $1,000 and get their auction stopped, I mean, that's what you're going to do. You know what I mean? Because I live in Tennessee, especially here in Tennessee. I think we like the number one bankruptcy. Baby, we the number one everything in Tennessee, right? We like the most obese. We got the highest bankruptcy, crime high. You know what I mean? But what was my point, y'all? People can just file go pay $500 and file bankruptcy and it'll stop their auction. You know what I mean? Like the morning of. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Y'all know I lose my train of thought so quickly. In Tennessee, if your house, I do trustee sales. I live in a non-judicial state. So if your house goes up for auction and sells, we don't have right of redemption in Tennessee on trustee sales. So if your house sells at auction, you can't get it back. So, I try to tell people that as well. You know what I mean? But you can file bankruptcy that morning of and it'll stop your auction. That's why I try to tell people that I talk to. And you should as well, if you talk to distressed homeowners, be very mindful of when you do contracts with people, right? Because everybody is telling you to sign here, we can sell your house. But maybe if you live in Tennessee, you better make sure your people close before that auction. Because if I sell it, you cannot get it back, right? And not even if it was like, well, I was under contract. You should have called somebody and told them that you was under contract. So how would you search for states not on either website? Which brings me right into, that's my little drum roll. PropWire. I'm just kidding. We could do PropWire here for a second. We'll hop on PropWire and do that for people because you're always like, there's no auctions. There's no foreclosures. Let me tell you where to find them, right? So this is another good site. If you are someone who goes, I hate to say go after. If you are someone who works with distressed homeowners, remind them to be very careful and make sure you just know if you live in a judicial state, non-judicial, if there are redemption rules, because like I said, if I auction it off, maybe it's gone. You're not getting it back over here. So there we go. Lots of bankruptcy attorneys about to make a killing in the next couple of years because everybody just filed bankruptcy. And then you can file more than once, from what I understand. You can file multiple times bankruptcy. So you know what I mean? You're just collecting, yo, 500, $1,000, and I guess filing that emergency stay or whatever it is to stop that auction. But there we go. Okay, so there's some like Mississippi, Arkansas. Okay, so that's a site. I dropped it in the chat. Let me look at y'all for some questions because y'all know I can get off. So I don't have the matter. Let me show you where you can find some sites. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about REOs. I can run through this quickly and then we will go to PropWire. Okay, so REO sites. Let's not talk about it, but HUD Home Store. Let me share my screen with y'all. REO sites, you guys. These are properties that are owned by the bank. HUDHomestore.gov is a good site. You can use traditional financing, right? You can use FHA, conventional, all of those. So if you don't have the cash to buy a property outright, you can use financing with REO properties. Negotiate. You can get an inspection. If it does not have appliances, negotiate your appliances. Closing costs, all of that. HUDHomestore.gov for people who are watching the replay. HUDHomestore.gov. Next up, let's talk about Home Path. That is Fannie Mae's site. That's Fannie Mae's REO site. Let's see. Sometimes you got to go through, kind of, put your city in, read the directions, how you submit an offer. Here's Chicago. I just put in Chicago. Same thing, traditional financing, FHA, VA, conventional. You can use them all to buy REO properties. Home Path, like HOMEPATH.fanniemae.com. Bookmark these sites if you are interested in REO properties. Let's do one more, homesteps.com. Home plus steps, HOMESTEPS.com. This is Freddie Mac's REO site. Okay. Come in here, search your city, county, state, zip, and it will pull up. We'll put in Chicago again because y'all know I was born in Chicago. Just don't ask me anything about anything in Chicago, but I was born there. And boom, they'll pull properties, put in your city, your state. A lot of times they might not have any for right now, but just bookmark the sites and revisit them, every once in a while. Okay. So Home Steps, Home Path, HUDHomestore.gov. Y'all with me? Everybody with me? GP, are you with me? Okay. Cool. Roseanne, Roseanne, what you asked me again? Roseanne, what did you ask me? So I make sure I answered your question because Roseanne got her question out, baby, at 7:57. It wasn't even 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? So HUD Home Store, Home Path, and Home Steps, who Wells Fargo has their own REO site. Wells Fargo, what is it? REO. There it is. I think Wells Fargo REO. Wells Fargo has their own site. Truist has their own site. Wells Fargo, Truist, and Bank of America all have their own REO sites. If you are looking for VA, veteran REOs, bank-owned veteran homes, you do not have to be a veteran to buy their REOs. VRM properties. V is in Victor, because y'all know I'm a little country. V is in Victor, R is in Robert, M as in Michael, I don't know, properties.com. I'm dropping them in the chat for you all. REO meaning, again, real estate owned by the bank. A homeowner goes into foreclosure. Y'all be wanting me to take y'all to class every time we come on here, don't you? I'm just kidding. I need to add that to the process, the flow of these videos, right? Foreclosure process, right? I feel like if you've been on here, you know what it is. 3 main phases in foreclosure, right? Homeowner usually gets behind on their mortgage 3 months. I'm going to put in parentheses. Not right now. We got people behind 3 and 4 years. But in a normal year, you get behind on your mortgage 3 months. And then the bank will file that notice. Your lender will file that notice of default. That is the first filing, the notice of default, the first phase of foreclosure. Second phase, they will schedule your auction. Boom, that's where your auction mama comes in at. They will schedule your auction. If it does not sell at auction, phase 3, boom, they're going to repossess your property. Phase 1, notice of default. Phase 2, auction scheduled. Phase 3, property repossessed by the bank. Phase 3, where the property is repossessed, that's an REO, real estate owned by the bank. Third phase, REO. Did that make it clear for everybody? That makes sense? I had to get a sip of water. Yes, everybody understand the filings. Properties can go in the foreclosure process. Look, properties can have multiple foreclosure filings, okay? Like back during the last downturn in the economy, 2008, during the last one, it was like 1 million properties had 2 million filings. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. How can 1 million properties have 2 million filings? Because a property can go in the process, in the foreclosure process, multiple times, right? You can go into foreclosure, they file that default notice, and you'd be like, whoop, hold on. Let me get a modification. And they're going to say, okay, do that modification. You do the modification, and then you don't pay it, and you're back in foreclosure. Boom, you back in foreclosure again. Let's say your auction gets scheduled, and you like, nope, I'm filing bankruptcy. Boom, I'm going to file bankruptcy. You do bankruptcy. The payment is higher than what you thought it is. And boom, you back in foreclosure again. At that first notice, you back in phase 1 again. So a property can go into foreclosure and have a bunch of filings on them. Okay, if that makes sense to everybody. And I think that is a lot of people who are in foreclosure. They just keep, we just stay on the roller coaster. We just on the Ferris wheel. You know what I mean? We in foreclosure, modification, forbearance, back in forbearance, postpone, file bankruptcy. You know what I'm saying? That's just a lot of people. They just on this Ferris wheel, right? So, and they're going to be on this Ferris wheel until we get through this election. We all know that. So, we all going to be on this Ferris wheel until after this election. So, that's how that works. Okay, back to what we were talking about, class. So, we went over REO sites. Welcome from Miami. What's the weather in Miami like? 87 and perfect right now. Okay, so next up. Ooh, let's do auction sites. Here's a couple. Let me share a couple other little sites with y'all. If you're in Georgia, and Ruben Lublin, I auctioned for him. I actually auctioned for him. It is a legit site. And y'all can't see what I'm doing. My bad. I'm just talking and y'all like, Ashley, share your screen. Share your screen, Ashley. Ruben Lublin, he is a trustee. He conducts auctions, and he is nice enough to put his foreclosures on his website before the auction. So everybody who calls me and says, Ashley, where can I find pre-foreclosures? If you're in Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama, boom. He posts his auction. He's got October auctions. All these are what you call pre-foreclosures. Look at Atlanta. Just Atlanta-ing. So we've got October auctions. I don't want to make y'all dizzy. If you keep going, we've got, look, hold on. We're still in October. Hold on. I'm looking over here, you guys. If you're like, how do you know? Here's the date over here. October. Can y'all see this? Is this showing up on your screen? Yeah, okay. October, there we go. There's November auctions. Here's November auctions. Keep going. If you keep going, like I said, he's nice enough to put all of his auctions on his website before the auction date. A lot of these people don't even have their notice yet. right? But let me tell you, if you already in foreclosure for November and December, you have probably not paid all year. You probably have not paid in 2 years. Let me say that. Here we go. Here's December auctions. So don't ask y'all if you in Georgia, if you work in Georgia, here are some pre-foreclosures. And here is a January, hold on. January, hold on. I'm gonna stop trying to highlight because clearly that's not what I'm doing. January 2025, this property is up for auction. You know, if they already got this house scheduled for January, they've been in Fort, they ain't paid their mortgage in a long time. I'm sorry if you live on 5001 Cal Court. I'm not trying to put your business out. All I'm saying is if you already scheduled for auction in January, they have not paid in a long time. So also, I don't want to make y'all dizzy. Ruben will put opening bids over here. Let's see if we got some for Tennessee so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Tennessee. Yep. So they'll put opening bids, or it'll say go to auction.com to find out more information. They'll put some opening bids here. Boom. So you can kind of know how much the property is going up for auction for. Okay, you guys. I know. That's what I want to know too. Why can't everybody put their auctions up, right? That's just too much like right. From a micro market standpoint, Atlanta hasn't been in the top 10 metro for Georgia since January of this. Atlanta, I heard Atlanta got a lot of vacant commercial, like a lot of vacant office buildings, like New York right now. They got a lot of vacant office space. Bibb County was at the top. For Lennis, you can go after a property in bankruptcy and that there could be multiple filings at different. Absolutely, Horace. Thanks for listening. Horace. That is what we were going to talk about. I knew I was missing something. Let's go over this and then I'm going to let y'all go. Even though I know in Cali, y'all just waking up eating breakfast, but everybody over here, Central Standard Time, East Coast time, it's bedtime over here. So I'm going to make videos for this, but y'all will be the first to see this. Blink if you can see my screen. Did my screen change? Almost choked. Almost. What would y'all do if I choked on this live? Yeah, I'll be like, I don't even know what. I guess Danita would be like, try to call me. But if I started choking on this live, y'all just stay on here till I get better. Y'all will all be some witnesses, right, to what happened. So y'all be like, Ashley's on live choking, calling 911. Where? Memphis. Anyway, it's not funny, and I'm better. I'll just hold my arms up and try to save myself. Okay, so top 10 counties with the greatest number of REOs in August. Let's see. I'm going to do a video on this in the morning. I'm not reading all of this because we don't have time. I'm going to drop this in the chat for you so you can have some leisure reading to yourself. Boom. But let's go through a little bit of it, right? Let's get to the counties. Okay, so REOs, lenders repossessed 2,889 U.S. properties through foreclosure, and they sold the rest of them to Blackstone. I'm just kidding, before they shut my channel down. Representing a 12.0 decrease from the previous month. In August, the states that had the greatest number of REOs, Pennsylvania with 266, California, 229, Illinois, 224. See, I'm telling you, they be in there just making up numbers. Make it a 4. How about a 9? How about a 2? Michigan, 206, and Florida, 202 REO properties. We're going to go compare this to another site, and we're going to see how far they're off. Because when you look at different sites, I did. Did you put up Ruben website? I did. Did I not? I'll put it in there. Don't worry. I'll drop it in chat. Remind me to drop that in the chat for y'all. So let's talk about the top 10 U.S. counties. I'm going to try not to butcher the names, okay? Because some of these counties, I'm like, hold on. So let's start with the top 10 U.S. counties with the greatest number of REOs bank-owned properties. Cook County, number one. I can pronounce that because I was born in that county. Cook County is number one. Number two is Wayne County, Michigan. Number three is, y'all, Chemung, because baby, you know they are going to get on me if I say it wrong on Instagram. Baby, the grammar police gonna be like, that is not how you say it. Chemung County. Is it Chemung? Chemung. Chemung. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, everybody in Chemung County. Chemung County, New York. Los Angeles County, California. Y'all, what is this? Allegheny? You know I'm from Memphis. I put that accent on the wrong part. Allegheny. Allegheny. I don't know if it's all or al. You know what I mean? Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. If y'all know how to pronounce it, y'all put it in the chat and tell me where I'm supposed to put the emphasis, right? I'm sure in Chicago, we always on the top of the list. Chicago, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania. What's going on in Pennsylvania? Baltimore County, Maryland, DMV, San Diego County, California, East Baton Rouge County, LA, and Queens County, New York. Boom. Top 10 counties that had the greatest number of REOs for August. There you have it, family. Let's do one more recent article, and then let's do PropWire, and then we're going to go to sleep. Then we all going to bed, okay? Wanda, you just typed it out. Wanda, I need you to be like all as in the laundry determinant, or Al as in Alabama. You know, you got to tell me where to put the emphasis on it. You know how when they be like, pronounce it like this. Is it Allegheny? 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 I'm going to be like a leg, an eye. It'll be something completely wrong when I do it. But don't worry, the police, proofreading police, gonna be like, you said it wrong. You know, they come for you if you mispronounce something on social media. So foreclosures for August, they said that they are going down because I'm sure they just not foreclosing on people, right? I want to know how many people behind. That's what I want to know. How many people are not paying their mortgage? Because let HUD tell us. What is HUD saying? HUD says that there are, 4.56 million people not paying their mortgage. You know what I mean? I hope I didn't click too fast. You know what I mean? Allegheny. 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 Okay, y'all are so funny. Y'all probably like, Ashley, get your life together. Again. So, okay. So foreclosures for August. I'm not going to read all this. I will drop this in the chat. Y'all can read it yourselves, but I will talk about the highest foreclosure rates, same ones that have been on the top of the list for the last 2-3 years. Nevada, Florida, Illinois, South Carolina, baby. South Carolina been at the top of the list. Spartanburg and Columbia. Let's see if they're on it again. New Jersey. Cities. We got Lakeland, Florida. These are the highest foreclosure rates. Cities and states with the highest amount of foreclosures right now. Lakeland, Florida. Chico, California. That's new. Columbia, South Carolina. Bakersville, California. And Las Vegas, Nevada. Boom. South Carolina might be up there soon. They just passed a law of no wholesaling. Yeah, South Carolina been on the list, y'all. So, yes, thank you, Danita. Y'all feel free to hit the like button if y'all want to and subscribe. Other than Las Vegas, those metropolitan areas with a population greater than 1 million, Riverside, California, Miami, Florida. Miami been on there. Miami, Florida, Chicago, Illinois, and Orlando, Florida. Florida, always Florida. Always Florida. Let's do this one and then we'll move on. Greatest number of foreclosure starts. That is that first notice, that notice of default. We talked about it, the first phase of foreclosure. These are the cities and states that had the greatest number of new foreclosures. So they started the process on 20,000 in August. States that had the greatest number: Florida. No surprise here. None of these are a surprise. Big states. Florida, 2,000. California, 2,000. Texas, 1,800. New York, 1,300. And Illinois, 1,200. Same ones that have always been there. Cities: New York City, Chicago, Illinois, Miami, Florida. So Miami has the highest foreclosure rates and foreclosure starts. Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, California, and Houston, Texas. Greatest number of foreclosure starts. And then REOs, we already went through those. REOs, we already went through those. Bars. Okay. So, sound blah, blah, blah. The answer we're going to Allegheny. Allegheny. Boom. I got it. That's how I'm going to say it. If they come for me, y'all just better post on the post and be like, let it go. Let it go. Like Elsa said on Frozen. Okay. Y'all just got my back if they try to come for me if I say it wrong. Okay. Ruben Lublin. Thank you. Y'all want that site? Ruben's site. Foreclosure property listings. Here it is. The site is rlselaw.com. I'm going to drop it in the chat. I was just saying it out loud because sometimes on the replay, I don't think y'all can see the chat on the replay. So, boom, dropped it in there. Okay, you guys, let's do PropWire just real quick, a little overview, and we are going to bed. We're going to call it a night. If you do not know what PropWire is, you guys, it is like a Zillow for investors. I don't know. Is that a good way to describe it? I don't know. Oh, hold on. I'm not even sharing my screen while I'm talking. Boom. Okay. PropWire.com. If you're familiar with PropStream or maybe Property Radar, PropStream, I think, is $99 a month. PropWire is free. Free $99. And what I use it for, the free version works. Okay. I have been on both PropStream and PropWire. I feel like they work exactly the same. I'm not sure. PropWire is free. It is 10 cents to skip trace. 10 cents to skip trace. Somebody was like, what is skip tracing? That is if you find a property and you need to get in touch with that homeowner and you need their contact information. Skip tracing is how they get that contact information for you. Okay? Okay. Okay. So, boom. PropWire. So for wherever you are, it does not matter where you are. You can put in an address, a city, a county, a state, or a zip code. Who wants me to use theirs today? Let's see. Somebody, could you drop this one in the drive, Ashley? Which one? Danita, tell me which one you want to drop in the drive. Yes, I will, but just tell me which one. Thank you, Pineapples in LA. Somebody's first person to post a city. I'll do it. Give me a city, you guys. Oh, yeah, I sure will. 30097. Okay, so we got a zip code. Like I said, you can put an address. So if you drive for dollars and you come up on an address and it's grown up and it's got boarded up or it looks nice, it looks vacant, for all of my people who drive for dollars, you can put in individual addresses and it will pull the properties, right? And then you can skip trace them and reach out to the owners, okay? If you want to do a whole city, if you want to do a whole county, you got me? So we got a zip code, right? We got 30097. Oh, come on with the information. Thanks, Edie. Deal Machine. Who does Deal Machine? That's what's his name? The same one who do PropWire, isn't it? What's his name? What's his name? I watched his videos the other day. Okay, I get off of this, and we're gonna look up. It's gonna be 1 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be like a lock-in. We on a sleepover on the doggone 30097, Georgia. Boom. So you can put in a zip code. So it pulled, everybody's with me. Everybody's with me. It's before I start going through this. Yeah, Norton. That's right, Danita. Jerry Norton. Is that who does Deal Machine? I know he do the Flipster or something. He do flip. He got a new thing out there. You can do the flip. Anyway, I'll get off. I put in the zip code. So there's 16,000 properties in this zip code, right? But let's narrow them down. So you can narrow them by absentee, adjustable, auctions, bank owned, flip properties, active, fail, out of state, pre-foreclosures, pre-probates, tired landlords. Tired landlords are people who have owned a property for 10 years and they think that they might be ready to sell them. Me personally, if I owned a property for 10 years and it was free and clear, I ain't trying to sell it. But you know what I mean? It could be a tired landlord because what did we just see? 5.6 million renters are behind on their rent. So you might be a whole bunch of tired landlords. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know if tired landlord is, you know what I mean? If I own a property for 10 years and it's paid off, I guess it's different if it's paid off or if it's not paid off, or if you got bad tenants, or if you out of state. Let me stop. Vacant homes, vacant lots, and zombie properties. Zombie properties are properties that are in pre-foreclosure and the homeowner has walked away from it. Pre-foreclosure or foreclosure and the homeowner has walked away from them. That is what a zombie property is, you guys. Thanks everybody for commenting on there. So let's click on pre-foreclosures for 30097. Also, you can do property type, single family, condo, mobile homes, multifamily land, commercial, boom. You can do it by price. You can filter it by all of these things. You can filter it by foreclosure filters, right? The status of it. Is it in pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, auction? When's the auction date? When did they go into foreclosure? You can filter it by all of those things, okay? So 30097, we filtered it by, what did I do? Pre-foreclosure. So it pulled 12, okay? It pulled 12 properties, and then you can click on the properties. Boom, there it is. High equity. Good example. It shows free and clear. So y'all like, how's in foreclosure and it's free and clear? It's a lien. It's a lien on it somewhere. Again, PropWire, don't take any of them for gold. Don't take anything for gold. Concrete. Let me just say that. You still got to do some research. So sometimes I'll look at the history and see, what is this? A $3.5 million 2020 construction loan? That's probably what's in foreclosure right there. But it says it was sold in 2021. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but it's probably there right there. That's in foreclosure. But you can click on them, boom, go through them. There's one pre-foreclosure going up for auction. Estimated value is 475, 278 in equity. Again, do not take these numbers as gold. Okay, they bought it in 2016. Boop, boop, scroll through, get to the bottom. It'll give you foreclosure details. It looks like the foreclosure was filed in August. Their auction date was September 3rd. You can see if it went up for auction, right? Reach out to them, see if it sold. If it didn't. So, this is what we were saying. Owner, if Franklin Valoria is watching this, I'm sorry. I do not mean to put your information out. Okay. You could hit skip trace and it will give you Franklin's age, his phone numbers, and his email addresses. Okay. And then you do with that what you may. Call, text, send a letter, send a pigeon, send a bottle, send a telegram, send a smoke signal, whatever you want to do. Right. You can also group them and it'll highlight all 12 of them. You can save them to a list and then have them download them, send them to yourself, send them to your investor, send them to a client, send them, I don't know, send them here or there. I like green. I was trying to think of that. Send them any way you can. We like green eggs and ham. I couldn't come up with the rhyme, but boom. And then if you want to, you can skip trace all of them at one time. Everybody with me. Holler if you hear me. Everybody with me? So that's PropWire. So what I always try to show y'all, like say for example, if you're on Ruben site, right? Follow me here. Here's a process, because y'all be like, Ashley, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get started. What I'm supposed to do, Ashley? If I lived in Georgia and I was trying to reach out to homeowners in pre-foreclosure, I would tiptoe myself right on back over to Ruben Lublin's site, because he got a whole bunch of them who's got properties up for October and November. And I would just take my time and I would go through and I would take these addresses and I would put them in PropWire. And Shirley, let's find Shirley. And where's Shirley? 203 Shirley. Is it Augusta? I think it was Atlanta. That's not it, is it? Shirley Avenue? No, it was Shirley Street. They had Shirley Street. You know, you got to look and see. There it is. There's Shirley Street. She is actually for sale. Look at them trying to get off of it. I don't blame you. Sell it before it go up for auction. You're doing right. 2003 Shirley Street Southwest. You are doing correct, because you have an auction date set for October. So go on and try to sell it. But anyways, if it was not for sale, right? Or I mean, even if it is for sale, y'all can reach out and, you know, I guess reach out to that agent and offer them. Does Ruben got an opening bid? No, they don't. If they had an opening bid, then that would give you some idea what to offer on that property. You know what I'm saying? Everybody with me when I say that. And then you could click on owner, Harry Hour Investors LLC. I swear every property in Atlanta that's on the auction list is owned by an investor. I'm just kidding. Not everybody, but a whole bunch of them. When I start going through these and I click on owners, it is investors or they're all LLCs. Every time this is Clarissa again. No, that's the one I want. Clarissa Drive. Every time I look, it is an investor. Let's see. Clarissa Drive. They got $79,000 in equity. Owner. Not 98-year-old Willie Peterson. Clearly, I already skip traced him. Y'all can screenshot that real quick. And Willie, if you on here, which I doubt because he's 98. Oh, Willie house in foreclosure. Somebody call Willie and try to get his house and try to help him out. 98. My grandma 100. Y'all, somebody call Willie Peterson and help him. But that's what it would look like if you skip trace it. It's gonna pull their phone numbers, emails, every phone number that they have. Why do you think that is? LLC is getting. It's a lot of. Let me stop sharing. A lot of, y'all know what happened with the market, right? How quick interest rates went up. When they were down at 2%, everybody was buying. I feel like investors were buying, and a lot of people were able to buy and get off of them, right? But the market changed so quick, you guys. Interest rates started going up. So if you were an investor and you picked up 3 or 4 properties, right, and those interest rates started going up, and you got an adjustable rate loan, right? Or you were in the middle of construction and the interest rates started going up and now you got some houses that you can't get off of, right? You end up in foreclosure too. Because as an investor, you know, you got to pay these loans back, especially if it's hard money. Hard money, you only supposed to hold on to it for 6 months, refinance out of it and pay them off, right? Like I said, it's a guy here who is a hard money lender who is foreclosing on his investors because they have not paid him back. And every week he sends out an email list of all the properties of investors that he has loaned money to who have not paid him back, and he foreclosing on them. So, boom. Do you have a site to find the LLC owner? Y'all, I don't know. Like, what happens if you skip trace? Hold on. Look, we're going to do this on live. Look. Because y'all know I don't care. Let's see what happens if you skip trace it. You know what I mean? Let's see. What is it going to give you? It probably just give you like phone numbers, you know what I mean? Or emails. Atlanta. Oh, we can't skip trace him because he got an agent. We ain't gonna skip trace him because the agent gonna be all on me and all that kind of stuff. But I would skip trace and see what pops up. I mean, where do y'all go to find, like if you look on the county records and deeds where they filed a deed, I know people buy it in their LLC name, but on the bottom of it, do they have to sign in their real name? I don't know, you guys. I don't. Danita be thinking I know everything. She think I know everything. I love you, Danita. Young as everything. So you can check this out. There we go. I knew somebody knew. I knew somebody was going to jump in and know. So if I worked in Atlanta, I would just take my time and go through all of these, put them in PropWire, make me a list, and then I would skip trace all of them and then do whatever you want to do. Y'all know I mail letters. You can mail a letter. You can call them. You just do your marketing methods, but that's how you would do that. You know what I mean? Y'all know my niche is foreclosure. Y'all weren't even looking at my screen and I was sharing it a little bit. My niche is the distressed market. So that's pre-foreclosures, probate, stuff like that. You know, that is just what I do. So does that make sense to everybody? Did everybody learn a little something tonight? Oh, last thing, because y'all know I was trying to see. Let's see if Fannie Mae been selling her loans. Let's see what she's been doing over there. If she's still been a traitor to us. Because y'all know I want my beach house for $27.19. You know what I mean? Sally, sell me the house. Sally, sell me a house by the seashore. Oh, not Sally, Fannie. We don't fool with Sally either. Fannie, look, what's some F words? Never mind. Never mind. Fannie better sell me a foreclosure by the, I was trying to think of an F, water by the fountain. Let me stop. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to drop this in the chat because y'all are always asking me about the notes and the articles and all that. Notes and every info. Okay, so here is the article. I just dropped it in the chat where it talks about where Fannie Mae sells their non-performing, reperforming loans. And they basically sell off. So I'll find a more up-to-date article. It says they announced the results of their 31st reperforming loan sale. So the sale included 6,484 loans, totaling $1.47 billion in unpaid principal. And then it tells you who bought it. PIMCO, a property management company. So Fannie Mae is selling their defaulted notes to property management companies. So what do you think they're going to do with those homes? I don't know. Put them people out? I don't know. So it tells you like the first pool had 2,959 loans with it. And it also tells you like they do a BPO, loan to value ratio of 48%, right? So they will sell it for like 48. What's the other one? One of them was like 38 cents on the dollar, 32% of the BPO, 32% on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't we all like a property for that? 32% of the BPO, that's how much they're selling them for. When we see, that's why I need my house for $23.19, right? If y'all selling loans to property management companies, let it trickle down here. You know what I mean? Let it trickle down here. I was trying to see if they had any. September 12th. This just came out. Look at there, you guys. Everybody with me, and then we're going to go to bed. And then we're going to close out and go to bed. So Fannie Mae announces the results of its 32nd reperform. This came out September 12th, last week. Let's see what they did. Fannie Mae announced the results. The deal announced on August 13th included the sale of 3,000 loans, totaling $607, what is that, $1 million in unpaid principal, offered in two pools. The winning bidder for pool one was Goldman Sachs. Really? Really? Okay, really. Y'all know I get kind of like, really? Why would y'all? The transaction is expected to close by October 25th. The pools were marketed with Citigroup Global Markets, but let them tell it. These biddings are for people like minorities, nonprofits. That's who they want to buy them. Goldman Sachs. Okay. So pool one, 2,200 loans, 461 million. Average loan size was $204,000. Wouldn't we all like to buy a house for $204,000, right? As high as houses are right now. Weighted average note rate was 3.83%. Really? Weighted average broker's price opinion. That's when a broker comes out, gives its value, loan to ratio of 49%. So they sold them for 35% of the BPO, 32%. So they basically got that, 35%. That's what wouldn't we all like to buy houses at that price? Like, sell them to us, right? Pool two, average loan size was $173,000. The note on them was 4.04%. Reperforming loans are loans that have been or are currently delinquent, but have reperformed for a period of time, if y'all were wondering what that is. So just thought I'd share that with you. Nobody's surprised. And if y'all need more information, I will drop that in the chat for y'all. I hope y'all can get them for $19.12. So, pennies on the dollar. You're right. Pennies on the dollar. So, you guys, that is all I have for tonight. You guys, sign up for the newsletter, and that lets y'all know when I come back. Maybe it'll be next Sunday. Hopefully, it'll be next Sunday. This is the last week for the mentorship. It is gone for 16 weeks, like I said. So now I'm just doing one-on-one sessions with everybody. I think the link is down below for the one-on-one session. They usually last an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I strategize with you, help you find the foreclosures where you are, come up with a marketing plan, all of that. I have really enjoyed them. I had one yesterday. It was really great, honestly. I think that's what y'all need from me, is to find them in your area, help you come up with a plan, workflow, all of that. When you get that, when you sign up for the one-on-one session, you get my blueprint marketing course. You get all of my letter templates. Boom. If you need the auction accelerator, if you're going to the auction, use code thank you. All of the links are down below, you guys. I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley. I'm on YouTube. Duh. It is 9:51. It is 10:51 on the East Coast. And I guess everybody on the West Coast is up doing yoga on the beach to sunrise, because the sun just came up in California. So on the West Coast. So you guys, my email is youragentashley@gmail.com. Your Agent Ashley on IG. Use code thank you for the auction accelerator. If you're going to the auction and you need to know how to do a title search, how to calculate your bid, all of those things, it's all included in it. It's the best auction course right now. I made it. It took me a year to make it, and I have videos and everything with it. You got all my stuff. Some of y'all, I love all of you. I love all of you. Thanks for the support. If you have any questions once you get something, email me. I'll reach out and we'll walk through it, or you know what I mean. Email me. youragentashley@gmail. You guys, that's all I got. The Wi-Fi for us. It stayed on here. So thanks, you guys. Last thing, 3 movie recommendations. Y'all already know what they are. The Big Short. 99 Homes and The Inside Job. Check out those movies, The Big Short, 99 Homes, and The Inside Job. I love all three of those. 99 Homes has a lot of profanity in it, so don't watch it with your kids. Don't watch 99 Homes with your kids. Inside Job, really good documentary on the last housing crash. So that's it, you guys. The Big Short, 99 Homes, and The Inside Job. Yep, my movie recommendations. Alrighty, you guys, I will see you next time. Have a good night. Reach out if you need me. No flat screen TVs. Save your money under the mattress if you need to. And that's it. You guys, we're going to hang up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Y'all can watch the replay too. I'll send out the replay. Or you can watch it on YouTube, but I'll send it out. Bye, you guys. Have a good night.